so many new technology trends for cars that are coming out. It's going to be crazy how the car today, or the car, actually, the car in the future is going to look compared to the cars we drive now and in the recent past. Like, even now, there's stuff going on, not just with the electric vehicles, but just the way we interact with our cars now. It's just going to be foreign to us. I mean, just look, you have like now you have some people think talking about the smartphone replacing your key. I don't like that idea, but it is pretty convenient. But the fact that I just like having things separate, because if you lose your phone now with your phone accessing everything, it's like if you lose your phone, you can lose. I mean, your that's like your bank, your house, and your car all in one. So personally, I prefer to keep that type of thing separate. But with the new technology coming out, they're allowing you to control your car basically with your phone. Lock, unlock the car, start your car. You can even turn on the heat, open the trunk, remote start. It also removes like the hassle of just having to have the keys all the time, which is it is kind of convenient. But at the same time, my main concern is just okay. If you lose your phone, then how do you access your car, right? That's just me. Also, they're letting you be able to access your engine through your phone, right? Maybe diagnose issues on your engine, uh, find your last park location, which is good. You can do that without, well, again, you can separate some things. Activate your engine, deactivate your engine. I wonder, is that like deactivate in case you think somebody's stealing your car, and then you deactivate your engine? That would be pretty cool, to be honest. That's not bad. Multiple key protection. Of course, there's anti-theft. There's anti-theft now. You can share your car key and parking location through your phone. No, I'm not sure about that. With the new tech, they've even got like different types of batteries coming out. You have what they call a zinc manganese oxide batteries. Okay, with these, it's kind of like uh, maybe a chemical conversion. So, like a chemical conversion reaction to the battery. It's a process like you can control. You basically increase the energy density in conventional batteries without increasing the cost. So this makes like a zinc manganese oxide battery a possible alternative to lithium ion and lead acid batteries, especially like for large scale energy storage. uh, they could probably have several, like if you have a big car or a big truck. Now, I'm still used to the lead acid batteries. Again, because lithium ion is, I guess, is for the electric vehicles. But this new technology with zinc manganese oxide batteries sounds like a good idea for saving costs and saving energy. There's also what they call N1 technologies. It's another type of battery setup where it's basically you the battery working on the battery anode materials. It's added tungsten and carbon multi-layered nanotubes. So these nanotubes, they bond to the copper anode substrate and build up a web-like nanostructure. This forms a huge surface for more ions to attach during recharge and discharge cycles. This makes recharging the nanobolt lithium tungsten battery faster and also stores more energy. Okay, so this looks like it's something for electric vehicles. It does sound complicated, and it's supposed to make charging shorter. I have an issue with the charging for electric vehicles. That's another thing I don't like. I don't own one, but I saw where there was a charging station. It was $20 for 30 minutes of charging. I thought that this was supposed to save. Okay, maybe it does save using fossil fuels, but it doesn't save us if we're paying $20 for half an hour of charging. To me, I mean, I charge at my home, right? If that's free, and then the charging station, there are some things I think that, to me, in my personal opinion, it's corrupt. That's corrupt, right? We charge our phones. We don't pay to charge our phones, and we don't pay to charge up our remote controls or things like that. So, but we still got to pay to charge up the car. I don't like that idea. This is supposed to save, to me, save energy and save money. Other new technologies being developed is using the car as a hotspot for the internet, or for the internet and your phone. So basically, you have telecom companies offering in-car Wi-Fi on newer models. Internet speeds they say are comparable to 4G LTE for up to 5 connected devices. It's not a bad deal there. I did see on another car. I had a rental car one time where there was a satellite internet connection, but this is not a bad deal. Again, I don't know the price. That's a whole other thing. I don't see anything about the price. I'd really like to know that. Next, of course, self-driving cars, which I don't like that either. I don't like a lot of these new developments, to be honest. Basically, self-driving cars is going to be in smart cruise control systems and self-parking features. There was another technology I saw where you could remotely control your car with the key, not your phone, and you could kind of back it up, kind of like the movies where you could back your car up. You know those spy movies. You back your car up, you forward it. Basically, remote control through your key, which is a pretty good idea to me. Even with your phone, but maybe some access to that. I still honestly would rather have the key. Maybe have like a key code on the key, and you enter that in your phone to control your car remotely. I would be okay with that. I just don't like the idea of combining the key and the phone. But yeah, with this remote controlling your car or even self-driving car, it basically uses a 3D map of the surroundings and the cameras train the autonomous operating system, which is driving down costs and scaling up the tech. So they say, right? But it's not a bad idea with the self-driving and remote control, or even self-driving, right? It has basically a 3D map of its surroundings. I guess maybe when it comes to Uber or something like that, I don't even know how far we'll get with self-driving cars. That's something I would still, if you're gonna do that, I would still have it to where, you know how they say airplanes fly themselves, but they still need a pilot, right, in case something happens. In that instance, it would still be nice to have a driver, or just someone there in case something happens, right, to take over in general, like some type of override, just for safety reasons. Next, we have predictive technology. I've seen something like this before, even 10 years ago. It was a device where the insurance company said you paid less if you have this device that basically studies your driving habits. I don't like that idea either. Basically, it uses AI machine learning to collect data on your driving behaviors and forecast future activity from a safety perspective to settings and entertainment. I don't like that. That's too much spying to me. It's predictive technology. I mean, then the insurance company could come up with anything. Oh, we don't like the way you turn. Your turns are too sharp. We're gonna ding you another $5 a month. No, I don't like that predictive technology in the car. They can keep that. One thing people may like, I find it interesting, is cannabis. The use of cannabis in this auto industry. It seems strange, however, but they use it for some type of I want to say material in the from what it says, the material for the vehicle's parts, right? Like a hemp-based composite. So it's like a hemp-based composite used to make car parts lighter and stronger. Yeah, there are some composite parts already that make cars lighter and stronger. Okay. My issue though, regardless of whether it's combustion engine or electric vehicle, using cannabis for a composite. Cannabis burns, right? I mean, use it as a fuel additive. Like they also use it for fuel additive. That makes sense. Use it for a fuel additive, right? Or even fuel. They say they can use it for fuel additive, which makes sense. But to use it as a part? No. Funny enough, I saw a car a few weeks ago, a car on the road on fire. I felt the heat and I had my windows up. I don't like these ideas. These ideas, I don't know, maybe I'm too old school. I don't like the way this high-tech auto industry is going. It's not my thing. But it is what it is. Maybe that may or may not come to fruition. I don't like that idea. Another angle is the decline of traditional car ownership, which is something that may be trending. I guess with Uber, people are using alternative ways of transportation. I mean, I guess with the prices going up for some cars, they also have where you can kind of like a lease subscription. It's funny. Now it's getting like windows and videos. You subscribe monthly to driving a car. I'm sure there's going to be limits on how far you can drive. Maybe you just need a car for driving around the city. So they're going to have like maybe a model of monthly subscriptions, ride sharing, of course, or you share with several other people and you all pay monthly subscriptions. That it's gonna be interesting how that pans out. How about the scooter or moped model, right? Where we just get a key and we just drive it. You see scooters around your city. We're not paying for that. Maybe that model. I don't know. And they all look the same, right? So you just have the big, ugly colors on the car, and people drive them. Just get in and drive them. But that'll be another issue with cleanliness for me. I'm a germaphobe. So the last person to drive was a smoker. He was eating his Philly cheesesteak, leaving food on the steering wheel. I don't know. I mean, it sounds like a good concept, but we'll see how that works. Also, they're going to use augmented reality. I did a previous video on augmented reality, and it's similar to just how I've talked about it before, where they put basically 3D images on your windshield, or it looks like it's right in front of you, and you can kind of manipulate things. They're using augmented reality to construct a lot of things, to build models of engines and even buildings for construction and manufacturing. So to use this to kind of help you drive, it's not a bad idea. You can basically see it's like you're viewing the graphics and data in thin air, kind of like the future, right? You see your gas mileage, your RPM, your Google Maps that you use, all in these holographic symbols. It's kind of like either in the windshield or in the air. It looks like it's outside your car. That should be interesting to look at. And that we're going to segue into blockchain. So they're going to use blockchain. This is more for the supply chain of manufacturing cars. So blockchain to make sure raw materials and spare parts are sourced exclusively from legal and trusted sources. Okay. Let's see. Data storage on blockchain offers security, privacy for autonomous and connected vehicles. Oh, okay, yeah. It's not a bad idea, right? You have the blockchain connected to identification of the car, lets you know that it's your car. Kind of like how the blockchain lets you know that it's your money. And there's also 3D printing involved. I did a video on 3D printing, I think for 3D printing homes. Yeah, I know that it's a good idea to 3D print engines. I see that 3D print the frame. I can see that being utilized right now, right? The bumper, the fender, those type of things. I think this is going to be interesting, the future of how cars are made and how we drive them. Half of it I don't like. And the other portion, I guess half, I think it's not bad. But you know what? Most of this I probably don't like, to be honest. There's a convenience factor, which is good, but to me there's also a loss of control factor. And in some cases, it's an increase in safety, or is it an increase in safety, or is it more of you lose control and that's it, and it's marketed for an increase in safety. Anyway, I've rambled long enough. I appreciate your time, and please thank you for listening, and please, I'm gonna say please again, like and subscribe. Thanks a lot. Take care.